遊んでる暇はないんだ。はっ。
AP60 万を目指して。
We're in for something special right
あれなん
here,
か知
right
っ
now.
てんな。
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Stops the attack cold with a perfect parry. How will they follow up? Anticipates the overhead. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Pressuring them in the corner. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Play the two with the life lead. Throws him down. Burnout is triggered. Well aware of their life in meters. Really good decision making. You could tell that one player was not holding back in the round, while the other couldn't get it going. Cool gained control of the match in the early going. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Goes with the safe stuff with that tuck on super art. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. Takes up Peter for a drive impact. In there.
即答だっ
This
た
is
か
the
ら。
final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, what a smart move. Absolutely refusing to give up ground. Player 1 with a slight
いやー無理。
back to the corners. What setup do they have? Starts with whirlwind. Forward rush. Back dashes for space. Solid anti-air. Clutch anti-air. What a finish! It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Big throws. Holding whirlwind to up the ante. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Ooh, will they hit? Whip? Or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Left off a projectile to waste time. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. No more drive gauge. KO! That round was a pretty one-sided affair, to put it lightly. Grabs him.
やつ。
Medium kick. Big opportunity now in this corner. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues. Denies the jump in. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive move. No contest so far. How's it gonna end? So little life left. Drive run KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? All the throw connects. Knocked them out of the air. Ooh, you never know what can happen. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Back to the all-in with the turns out. Didn't hesitate, going for the
いやー多い。そうダルシムとJP がいいとしてダルシムが多いんだ。
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. All right, first round. What's going to happen? You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Build the drive carry here, open things up for them. Backs them into the corner. Nails the anti-air. Jump in. What's their game plan? Beats it up with a combo into super. Throws him. What's next? In a dire situation. Tags the round. What do you make of it? You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. They back the opponent into the corners. Now to apply the pressure. There's the change of thought.
あ、それだ。
Turns them up. Breaks the block with a throw.
時速。
Will we see a drive that springs forward with a drive rush? Goes for the rush. Smart play with the throw. Here comes the corner pressure. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Crowns him from above.
うわ、それだ。
It's gonna hurt. Gets drilled with an overdrive shoryuken. There's the burnout. Flatlines him.
いやー、とっさの勝利でどうかでも結構散らそうだけどな。
What do you
逆に
think? Parries the attack. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Definitely shuts out the jumper.
体。
Player 2 has the life lead. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Good anti-air. From up above. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Getting into the end game now.
厳しい。
Player 2 took that convincingly. But what's next? Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up a notch. The jump-in is denied. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Catches them with a yoga blast. Super art on deck. Ah, burnout activates. Big throws. Both fighters planning something? Player 1.
いやー、ここの勝利だな。ここの勝利だよな。多分。
They're backed up into the corner.
ドリルが多い人なんだから、
In there.
勝利を待つか、打撃で埋めるかと。って感じなんだろうな。
That's what happens when you capitalize.
多分。
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. If they can't can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure. This round is over. Oh, easy 10. Life lead is open. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. You could tell that one player was not holding back during that round, while the other couldn't get it going. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. They gotta make sure not to splurge with that drive to extend the meter, hoping for a good return. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Experiencing KO.
チェンリーって結構話してくるよな。
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Close range projectile. Navy springs forward with the drive rush. Blinks it. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Shuts that down with a parry. What are they gonna do? Reads the jump in perfectly. Throws them.
Ah, da.
Connects with the throw. Close range projectile. That corner is starting to look scary. Can they use their drive to stage a comeback? Listen. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Almost out of time. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Are you kidding me? They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Blows them. What's next? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Projectile to try and change the situation. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Spends the gauge on the drive rush.
Yeah.
Launches with a Tenku kick. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? One combo can end this round right now. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Will we see a drive him? KO! Yo, that fight was dripping with tension. Zones with the fireball. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Carries to cancel the fireball. Springs forward with the drive rush. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Creates an opening with the low heavy. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Jumps in. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Oh. This fight is over. Yo, give me your thoughts. We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Tries to beat him with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. The combo there. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here.
まあ持ってくるんだよ
Player
な
1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 2 chases them down. Pulls off the parry in the corner. Throws them to negate the block. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Will we see a drive impact? Clean parry in there! What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round? Alright, let's see what happens in the next round. Checks them with the projectile. They trade hits. And now, drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Brushes that off and keeps going. At least he kept their composure and pulled out the combo at just the right time. The
この間やっ
fighters
た
are
人だ
pulling
ったっ
themselves
け
up and are
そうだ
raring
ね。
to
うちの
go.
う
Who's
ちの
gonna
ファ
come
ミ
out
リーだっ
top
た
in
や
this fight?
つ。でも覚えてないな、内容。
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Backs them into the corner. Goes for the fireball. Dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Knew they'd go for it. That's a good read. Plays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. They trade hits. And now, KO. Oh man, they
Impact
were
of that.
all over him. Yo, what was your take on that? Projectile to try and change the situation. Low heavy hits. Mix up income. Scrapping it out up close. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. They've got the meter for a drive in. Genius read. Awesome. Dashes forward.
回してみてよ。
Not much life difference. Fights out of the corner. Back to the center of the stage. Just goes for it at this range. The big flex. The broken jaw. Shin Shoryuken. Dangerous range here.
危ね。
Flatline zone. Oh my days. That was a real intense fight. Picks the drive reversal. Goes for the fireball. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Well-timed corner strike. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is burnout activates. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 took that convincingly. But what's next? You got that one. Oh, next round starting. Medium kick hits. Opts to continue the attack with the drop. Flash number. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Big close. Reversal. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. They return to center stage. You flips it! Player 2 needs to wait this out. This is a complete shutdown. They can't escape. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Closes it out. Man, I could watch these two fight each other forever. Big counter. Now he gets pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. They break forward to pressure the opponent. Projectile to try and change the situation. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they
わ
find openings.
なんだそれ。
Bags the round. What do you make of it? Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up again. Here comes a counter. This is going to be huge. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Smart play with the throw. Knockdown and this is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Will we see a drive impact? Experiencing burnout. In there.
なるほど。
That was some rock solid play we just saw there. If that continues, we might be looking at an early end to this fight. Connects with the throw. Ooh, you never know what can happen. Breaks it. All in with a rock. There's a burnout. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round. The level 3 super. Oh my god.
Here comes a new
ダルシムだ。わかんないんだよな。
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line. All right, first round. What's going to happen? It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Okay, both fighters are taking a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Blocks the jump in. Goes for the throw. Raise on the pressure with the projectile. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Oh, easy tag. Gets the tag. But how will they get out of this corner? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. KO! Great round with both fighters
Yeah,
really
I got it.
going heavy. Yoga float. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? They're backed up into the corner. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Player one is holding on to that corner advantage. Gets the jump in. Yoga flip drops it hard. Drive rush to keep it going. All in with a rush. Turns out. What a finish. Real hard fought on both sides. What did you think?
分かってないんだよな、何したらいいのか。ナイスアイテムって。
Yoga fire.
いいだ。
Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Easily escaped.
Okay.
Goes for the drive rush there. Player one chases them down.
Oh.
That round was a pretty one-sided affair, to put it lightly. Stop the attack by using a drive parry. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Springs forward with a drive rush. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. And now, player two has a slight life lead. Gets them with the anti-air. Gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. Crowns them from afar. Actions out the game.
いやー、そうは
Merciless yoga. Dolphins just straight up slapping the taste out of their mouth. This is gonna hurt and humiliate. This can lead to some big damage. Closes it out. There's no question what lengths both players are willing to go to. Springs forward with the drive rush. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Player two with the lead. Will they go for offense or defense?
あ
Player one has the super gauge advantage. Drive rush. Ooh, what a smart blow. What? Anti-air. Noticeable life lead. There's a burnout.
あ
Flatline game.
なんていうの
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Shoots off a fireball up close. Surprises them with a drive rush. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Uncomfortable space. Can they put each other on the edge? Not a lot of damage dealt so far. No telling how this match will turn out. Goes for the drive rush there. That attack landed for a counter. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Hits the drive reversal. Brings down a Yoga Comet to throw him off. Yoga float. Where's this going? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. Beneath the gate goes for the super arm. Will we see a drive in? Yoga float. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Big opportunity now in this corner. Time's the only thing moving here. Drive rush to keep it going. What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round? You got that one. Oh, next round starting. That's off a little fire. Springs
Yeah,
forward with the drive rush. Jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Grabs and throws him away. Will we see a drive impact? Scrapping it out up. All the throw connects. Nowhere to run. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Drive rush to keep it going. Throws them. Bamboozling time with the solid anti-air.
埋めてくるなぁ。くそ。
There is gonna be fatal. What's gonna be? Flatline zone. Man,
Here comes a new challenger.
this is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Pressuring them in the corner. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Throws him down. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy KO. You could tell that one player was not holding back during that round, while the other couldn't get it going. Checks him with the projectile. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Dashes up. They gotta make sure not to splurge with that. They're going for the super arm. That's not gonna hit. Player 2, the super doesn't hit. We have a super arm on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. Will we see a drive hit? Both fighters planning something? KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Don't put that away. Still plenty of time left. Dangerous driver. Back to the corner and eats it. They're in the corner. This may change the match. Ooh, what a smart blow. What did you think?
本当にすごいです。いい試合をありがとうございます。ゲーム見てますっと。
Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on.
ドライブゲージにも注意してね。
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit.
黒い。そういう人につなげましたね。
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 creates a good corner
あら
opportunity.
なんとか切り抜けたい。ページに注意。
Gets the jump in. Goes for a drive. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible.
いやリーサルじゃ
Life
ん
lead opens up.
そうそうそう。
They've got the meter for a KO.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
なるほどマジですね。めっちゃ上手ですよ。
You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. Fires off a whirlwind. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it?
一発入れば逆転もありそうです。
Uses the gauge for a super arm.
もう素晴らしい。もう素晴らしい。もっと気軽に攻め込んでみてもいいかもね。
That's not gonna hit. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
お互い慎重な立ち回りでしたね。
Player 1 is working
いやもうこれ無理まず
forward with a drive rush. Will we see a drive hit? Overhead attack. All in with the rush. Burnout activated.
守りは崩れた。上には気をつけて。
Player gets a good KO.
めっちゃいいや。
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
うわー、頑張れ。
The last round. It's now or never.
なんとかなれ。
Below.
手のひらの上ってことですわ。
Getting up close and personal. Gets the counter hit. All in with the rush. Turns out.
守りは崩れた。上には気をつけて。
いや終わんねえな
Still alive. Still alive. Still in it with a sliver. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. We see a drive hit back here. The buffet is open. No hesitation or regret.
手の上ってことですわ。
Damage calculation. No doubt about it. Player 2.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
フリルと戦いたかったのに。そう来たらごめんね。
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play.
緊張感が伝わってきます。解説頑張ります。
Jump in, finds the mark.
一瞬でできるのが素晴らしいですよ。こんなに。
あり火が出ない
そう。
Reads their mind and techs the throw. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO.
ほら素晴らしい。
That round was a pretty one-sided affair, to put it lightly.
あいつとぶつかりますから。プールでマイペースに戦うか楽しみです。
Who will gain control of the match in the early going?
強みの押し付けていって。
We're just getting started here. Who will take control?
守りきるのは難しいってどこかで聞いたからね。仕掛けていこう。いろいろな技が出せてすごい。
They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure.
それのリソースはたっぷりあるはず。大きく動くラウンドになりそうです。
Big throws.
そうそうそう。
drive him. Throws him.
もう素晴らしい、もう素晴らしい。
Throws it out.
マジでいい、マジでいい。
Player 1 buried their opponent.
勉強になるな。
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done.
気になる、気になる。
よその
Good, the drive carry here. Open things up for them. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Player 1 with the life lead. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan.
一発入れば逆転がありえそうです。
Got their eye on the air. Player
うわ、どこだったな今の。
2, big opening ready to be taken advantage of after that parry.
うんうん。
Reads their mind and takes the throw. Will this super art connect?
先生のスキー差し込んでいく。
Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity.
なんとか切り抜けたい。注意注意。
Getting into the end game now, it's getting tense. That drive impact is blocked.
誰の前で打ってんだ。いただき。
KO.
やるな。
Player 1 took that convincingly. But what's next?
いやー、うまい。落ち着いてみるか、クールに守るか。楽しみです。
All right, let's see what happens in the next round. Triggers stop the blocking to stack the deck. They got the leader for a drive impact. Solid anti-air to continue the corner.
そうそうそう。
OK
Tries them open with a Shoryuken.
マジで負
On
け
deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Big throw. They're backed up into the corner.
敵のリソースはたっぷり。
All the throw connects.
手のひらの上ってことですわ。
Can they create an opportunity for themselves to steal? Setting it all on the drive in
マ
there.
ジで勝てない。
マジでいい。
タッチ中継1本やられてる。
Now, find a new rival.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
いやー、楽しみです。
Goes for the throw.
切れ目にもいけちゃうよ。
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
この攻めを通したい。
Uses a drive parry against the attack. Gets a chance with that jump.
意識してできるのは素晴らしいですよ。本当に。
So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Spins the gauge on the drive rush.
うんうん。
Can they create an opportunity for themselves to steal the drive rush to keep it going? Connect experiencing burnout. KO! Yo, that was so close. But what a matchup to see, right?
力のこもったぶつかり合いということでした。
Both showed their hands a little bit. They hit them with a stopping blow. It's a good spot to use the super. Sets it up. Goes for the shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here. Springs forward with the drive rush. Got him up against the wall and the stun is there.
守りは崩れた。上には気をつけて。
Experiencing burnout.
守りは崩れた。犠牲には
KO.
やるなー。
Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
今なら誰でも倒せそうな気がする。
The attack is paired. Gets the jump in. These developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
落ち着いていこうね。
Starts off zoning with fireball. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Denies Tries the attack and throws him. What's next?
連携の隙に差し込んでいく
If they can't escape this rock solid corner pressure, KO.
ほら素晴らしい
Bags the round. What did you make of it?
言うことなしですね上手でしたよ
All right, let's see what happens in the next round. Shoots off a fireball up close. Medium kick hits. Looking for a chance. What's the next move? Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Springs forward with the drive rush. Fires off a nice big point. Drive rush to keep it going. In with snake step. Which way you gonna block? Burnout activated. In there.
マジでいいマジでいい
That was a clinic on how.
Here comes a new challenger.
らしい。でも重いな。
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
対戦前からお互いの気迫でピリピリしちゃってますね
Starting the action off with some fireballs. Throws him down.
うまいですね
The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here?
なんとか切り抜けたいきつい
Big low reaching heavy.
一撃できるのが素晴らしいですよ
If they can't escape this rock, they saw a path and they took it.
やるな
Last round saw one player really taking advantage of every opportunity. But how will that affect the next round?
これはどんなにでしょうかね見てますっと
To continue the attack with the drive. Player one will look to apply pressure here.
お互い慎重な立ち回りでしたね
What'll happen here? They've got the meter for a drive impact. Their life is hanging by a thread. They got him in untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect.
オーケー
The overhead's good. Final round. Who connects with the throw?
もう素晴らしいもう素晴らしい
Nowhere to run. The super doesn't hit.
ナイスガード
All in with a rush. Back to the court. Are they gonna play impact? Oh, that throw did some Things are looking strong. Super hard incoming. Excellent read. Perfectly executed.
すげえ言うことなしの内容だ
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
あ一旦換気してきます
Checks him with the projectile. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. That was a solid anti-air.
うまいですね
Raise on the pressure with the projectile. Goes for the throw.
差し込んでいく
Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Good parry here to try and make something happen. Definitely saw that counter coming.
二人の前で打ってんだ
We've reached the midway point of the round. And both fighters are at about even life. Throws them to negate the block.
見てますっと
Player one chases them down.
ちょっと待ちに抜けたい注意して注意もっと気軽に攻め込んでみた
KO.
めっちゃいいやん
Player one took that convincingly. But what's next?
素晴らしいですね意識したことができてるんじゃないでしょうか
You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. Neither of them willing to back off here. That's a counter.
これは痛い
Fires off a whirlwind. Springs forward with a drive rush. Will we see a drive impact? Drive rush to keep it going.
いろいろな技が出せてすごい
Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Looking for a chance. Perfect execution with the anti-air. In there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. The last round. It's now or never. We're just getting started here. Who'll take control? Here comes the point. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Player 2 can't win this without good drive rush. Close range projectile. It's all on the drive rush. Whirlwind shots. This is a gigantic life lead. What are they gonna do? Jump! Closes it out!
Receive.
Oh my.
いやー、きつい。真空なんか。
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Pressuring them in the corner. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. On dangerous turf. Easy to attack at this range. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Sticks the jump in. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their driving. Gets them. You could tell that one player was not holding back during that round, while the other couldn't get it going. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Smart throws, that'll do more damage than usual. Goes for the rush. Dashes. Jump. Spikes. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Big opportunity. Burnout activates. No question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Look on. What a finish! Player 2 just posterized their opponent. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Still slugging it out here. Throws him down. Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Player 1 chases them down. KO. Not sure how you can break the rhythm that was established last round. You might need to pin your hopes on a miracle. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in a flash. Goes for the rush. A drive impact could end it all here. The throw whips. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Connect with medium kick. Experiencing burn. KO. Well, listen. When you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up.
Okay.
Still slugging it out here. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. The jump in catches them. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Life lead opens up. Both fighters are barely alive.
いや、セットプレイ下手すぎないかい？
Yo, that was so close. But what a matchup to see, right? Connects with medium kick. Big opportunity now in this corner. At least one of them is having a good time in that corner. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Wow, reads the counterattack. In there. They are letting you fly from the get-go. Knocked him out of the air. Closes in.
いや、もう。
They're in the corner. This may change the match. Connects with the throw. Looking for a hold. Throws him from above. Turns out. Wait, what? Are they actually dead? Flatline zone.
Cammy.
Oh, hard.
A new warrior has entered the ring.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to poke again? The champion finds the monster. Decides to go in with the target combo. Got their eye on the air. Turns the drive gauge. Gets the jump in. Will we see a drive in? Grabs him. Closing moments of pain.
いや、あんま有効じゃないな。
Yo, that fight was dripping with tension. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. They're backed up into the corner. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Springs forward with the drive rush. Jumps in. They knew the counterattack was coming.
ある。
Experiencing burnout. Looking to impress. Super. Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough? What a finish! Man, I could watch these two fight each other forever. Just out of range for that throw. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Checks with the projectile. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation.
なんとか切り抜けたい。注意注意。
Long low attack hits.
見てますっと。
In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Parries the attack. One chance here may end this match.
うわ、これ落ちるんだ、これ。すごいな。
Bags the round. What do you make of it?
相田先生、始まったよ。
Yeah, I can't wait to see how these two kick it up a notch. Jumps in.
ナイスナイス。
Tapping it out up close. What's the next move? Dash forward. Gets out of that jam with a perfect parry. Get back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure.
かわい慎重な水のきでしたね。
Smart play with the throw.
ナイスナイス。
Ooh, what a smart throw.
手のひらの上ってことですわ。
A real test of nerves here.
もっと気軽に攻め込んでみてほしい。
KO.
マジでいい。マジでいい。
Cammy wins. Here comes a new challenger.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
この瞬間待っていたな。
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
大切な穴作れるね。
Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
落ちていこうね。
Goes for the low kick.
置き攻めにもいっちゃうよ。
Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Gets a good read on their opponent.
置き攻めにもいっちゃうよ。
Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Backs them into the corner.
この攻めを通したい。
Check out to try and change the situation. Big counter.
ナイス一撃だ。
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something KO. What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round?
いやー、うまい。熱く攻めるかクールに守るか楽しみです。
You got that right. Oh, next round starting. Checks with a medium kick. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
私なら攻めるのもいいと思うんだよ。いろいろな技が出せてすごい。
Drive gauge gap here.
あ
Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning 10 per meter. Hoping for a good return. Scared money don't make no money. Spins it all for the Shinryu Ripper. A drive impact should end it all here.
すごい。
Closes it out.
めっちゃいいやん。
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to try out the win?
もうまずは仲間と競りよ。いけるぞ。もう素晴らしい。もう素晴らしい。アウトしちゃった。どうするの？いい感じだ。
Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Close range, betting it all on the drive rush. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Now they can use drive. All in with the rush. Does he like, oh, yo, rush super here?
うまい。
Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Oh my days, that was a real intense fight.
本当にすごいです。いい試合をありがとうございます。
laying into each other. Shoots off a fireball up close. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Big counter. It's a big gamble and rips
Yeah, how do I know?
off super. They fit in there. What are your thoughts on what happened during that last round? You're totally right. Let's see if they clue in on that and make adjustments next round. Solid throw tech. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Jumps up. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Player 2, burnout. Expect a tempo moving to impress with this super. Are they dead off the lead? It's too close to call. Player KO. Well, listen, when you're... What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Checks with the projectile. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Next up, uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? That was a solid anti-air. Sticks the combo. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. No kick connects. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Their super KO. Bags the round. What did you make of it? You got that right. Oh, next round starting. Throws them to negate the block. Can they turn this gauge advantage into something? Overdrive Hadouken! Transverse. The hit throw connects. Connects with the transverse to boost their metal level. Below doesn't connect. Drive hard to keep it going. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Will we see a drive in? Player 1 is not in a good place health-wise, but with a super art in play, it's still not over. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Blocks the drive reversal? That's gonna leave a rattle in there! So we're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Goes forward with a gut punch. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Transverse. The hit throw connects. Connects with the transverse to boost their metal level. What are they gonna do? Nice fireball. Reads the jump in perfectly.
Ah,
Neither fighter is showing sees the overhead coming. Plenty of help. Full gauges. Let's go. Kicks out
終わったんだろ
すごすぎる。
う。いや
Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No
ー、やらし
shortage
れ
of
てるわ
drama.
ブルルが褒めるよ。見てますっと。
Order makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here?
なんとか切り抜けたい。ページに注意。
No heavy.
うまいですね。
What's their game plan here at this critical stage? The super armor does its job.
反則のインパクトを許すな。リードしてあげるの。
Sticks the bomb.
そう。
Medium kick hits. Checks him with the projectile. Experiencing burnout.
守っちゃ崩れちゃう。
And what a standing all over that life gauge. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance.
なんとかできたんだからもう。
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up.
まあそういうこともありますか
This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
な。迷ったら攻めるのもいいと思うよ。
Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Manes Guare for the long game return.
もっと怖い攻め込んでみてもいいかもね。
Big opportunity now in this corner.
攻めの理想がたっぷりあるはず。おっとグラウンドになりそうです。
Will we see a drive impact? Links in! Close range projectile! Grounds them from above! They're in range! We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? So, what's next?
すべて手に取るように分かっちゃいました。
Flatline zone!
マジでいい。
This is the final round! Expect to see some fireworks!
もうマジ分かったから。いけるぞ。そう。
Drive rush! Player 1 is in a very good spot! No way! No sign of running up from out of the corner!
手のひらの上ってことですわ。
Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round! Level 3 super! Hard fought on both sides! What did you think?
いやー、ほんとありがとね。
Zones with the fire! Breaks those shins!
そう。
They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Goes for the throw.
連携の隙に差し込んでいく。
Gets the jump-in. Still slugging it out here.
意識してできるのが素晴らしいですよ、本当に。
Managing their drive gauge well here can open up a lot of good chances for them later in the round. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Checks him with the projectile. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Goes for the drive rush there. Drive gauge finally recovers. Will we see a drive impact? Which one of these fighters has what it takes to close out this round? Ah, burnout up KO. Player 1 took that convincingly. But what's next?
いやー、うまい。熱く攻めるかクールに守るか楽しみです。
All right, let's see what happens in the next round. Who will gain control of the match in the early going?
迷ったら攻めるのいいと思うよ。そう。
Scrapping it out up close. Gets the knockdown, and now
意識してできるのが素晴らしいですよ、本当に。
goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. The engagement here will have a huge impact on the rest of the match. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Round there, the hit throw connects. Manes Guare for the long game return. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight.
ライブページにも注意してね。
Oh my god, what's gonna happen?
頑張れ。すげえ。言うことなしの内容だ。
can watch these two.
Here comes a new
なんか
challenger.
連鎖するな。
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
楽しみです。
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
何が起こるか楽しみです。
見た。
Goes for the fire. Player 1 has the life lead.
こっからこっから。
Reads their mind and texts a throw. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner.
意識してできるのが素晴らしいですよ、本当に。
At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Hits with the overhead.
うんうん。
Waltzes in there and sweeps them off their feet.
黄色スパイク、こっち行く。
Goes forward with a gut punch. KO.
マジでいい、マジでいい。
Great round with both fighters really going at it.
力のこもったぶつかり合いする感じでした。
Checks him with a projectile. The grab misses. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Will we see a drive in? Springs forward with the drive rush. Blocks the overhead.
ナイスガード。
You've got to be mindful of reach and jump with drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 experiencing burnout. It's a good spot to use the super.
そうそうそう。
Going for the kill with that super. What a move. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
いや、素晴らしい。さすがです。
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit.
第一撃だ。
Strings it all together.
そうそうそう。
Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in who gets it.
ほら、素晴らしい。
That round was a pretty one-sided affair, to put it lightly.
確かに、お花畑に行く余裕すらあったかもしれません。
Low heavy hits, mix up income.
意識してできるのが素晴らしいですよ、本当に。
Drive rush to keep it going.
いろいろな技が出せてすごい。
Scrapping it out up close. Both fighters planning something. Player plus super art. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? The overhead denied.
危なかった。
A real test. No! This closes it out.
すげえ。言うことなしの内容だ。
Last round, people. Both fighters got it.
いや
もうマジわかんなくなったりしてみよう。いけるぞ。
Oh, there's it. The hit will connect. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that pace.
諦めフー。
That's all in with the rope. Super art to show 'em what a PhD in fighters can do for you.
うわーい。
This could really tip the scales. Player 1 is mounting a comeback. What else is up their sleeve? Medium kick into? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Looking for a hold. Quick medium post. This can lead to some. They are done.
おー、大会さながらの動きでした。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
あ、板パンチします。
Knew the throw was coming. From low heavy to
いける。
そう。
fires off an overdrive art. Adding that to the mix will change the pace and keep the opponent on their toes. Limited resources at hand right now.
右目にもいけちゃうよ。
Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity.
なんとか切り抜けたい。This
This is is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Nice manedore, getting those throws all pumped up.
もう少しで勝てそう。
Medium kick. Nice block. Burnout activates.
なんでだよ。
I think I forgot to breathe for that whole round.
いやー、どっちも強い。次も楽しみだな。
They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
とにかく手を出すか、一旦お茶を濁すか、性格が理想ですね。
Big, low, reaching heavy.
チーム見てますっと。
No knockdown as the low heavy is blocked. They're going for the super hard.
素晴らしい。うまいな。
Player 2 will need the plan.
これは痛い。
Burnout activates.
めっちゃ緊張してるのかも。いけるよ。
Drops him hard.
もう素晴らしい。もう素晴らしい。
Hard
いや、
decision.
ゲージ間違えたからな。
めっちゃいいやん。
Player 1 took
今集
no
中の画
time
面
to
だっ
finish that fight.
今なら誰でも倒せそうな気がする。
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
フレルと戦いたかったのに、と思ってたらごめんね。うまいですね。
Blocks the low heavy.
うんうん。
あ、でもこれの。これやんないと分かんなくなっちゃうな。
Our
なんか
fighters
最
are
近やっ
ready to lay it
た
all on
よ
the
ね。
line.
いやー、楽しみです。
覚えてない。
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
解説が楽しみです。
Throws them down.
うまいですね。
Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
この攻めを通したい。
Not a lot of damage dealt so far. No telling how this match will turn out. Fires off an overdrive art. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes.
あ、
At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here.
なんだよ。
Surprises them with a drive rush. Good parry here to try and make something happen. The jump in catches.
チーム見てますっと。
Player 2 chases them down.
なんとか切り抜けない。ページに注意。
Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful. They've got the meter for a drive in. One combo can end this round right now.
もっと気軽に切り込んでみたらいいかもね。
Player 2 has depleted and experiencing burnout. Not much left for the chip kill.
マジでいい。マジでいい。
Yo, that was so close. But what a matchup to see, right? him with the projectile. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Is this super art connect? Triggers Toxic Blossom to stack the deck. They're backed up into the corner. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Still ends the meter, hoping for
Yeah,
a
わかんない。
turn. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Knock them out of the air. KO! A decisive win. How was it all looking from where you're sitting?
うん。なんかあれだな、旋風逆を意識しすぎてるってのは、あれよ。まあいいや。